We're losing!
Teamwork, guys. More teamwork.
They're burying us alive!
Well, shit.
Jeez Louise.
Honey, don't you want to beat those bastards? In my book, we're gonna be winners.
What's the matter? You got nothing left inside, huh? Cause you're training like a damn bum, you know that?
Screw them.
What are you doing? What are people doing?
Is this early access too?
Hey, let me tell you something, bro.
Get out there now and do the best you can.
Well, hello there. Happy Father's Day and welcome to episode 167 of the Bad Fodder Figures podcast. And against my better judgment, we're going to roll into a topic here that could just be, Twitch could just say this is too hot to handle and they might just pull us off the air, but we need to get more into this topic in just a moment. The pre-podcast talk, as Matt alluded to in chat.
Pre-show was awesome.
The pre-show was off the hook. And we're going to roll it right into the intro. But before we get into that, how was everybody's Father's Day? Look at the festive shirt Mr. Helmer is wearing. Look at that. Just look at it.
Look at that. Bask in its glory.
You look like a grill man.
It's a wonderful shirt my wife gave me today.
Wonderful shirt. Where is that? A Cincinnati Red shirt?
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
Oh, where is he? I'd like to look at him.
Went over and... I love it.
No, just says Cincinnati on it. Is that just... Oh, there's a little red
Cincinnati.
thing on the left. I see the red
It's
thing
got
on the
the logo there. There's a logo over here somewhere. Hawaiian theme type of shirt.
Very
Love
nice.
these type of shirts.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a great shirt.
Was that your lone Father's Day gift, or is there some other stuff?
Well, we had steaks and shit tonight.
I thought he was going to say something else.
I wish. Fuck. No.
Didn't you, Eric? The way he
The way he was looking, yeah, he looked like he was.
Let me tell you something. This isn't the only red thing going on this weekend.
Oh, so literal, sir. Okay. Eric, how was your Father's Day? You're at the JOB, obviously, but did you get any love? I didn't mean that type of love, but any family love, parties, celebrations, gifts, hugs, kisses?
All kinds of calls and shout outs and talks and your texts and everything. Yeah, I'm at the JOB, but I'm probably going to cash in my my IOU to Jonna tomorrow because I'm off tomorrow. So
You got
what is wrong with you? Yeah, a lot of pressure, but do it constantly.
So let's get back to what we were talking about before this started here. Let's set the stage. Eric was telling us about his JOB, and there was a homeless man that was naked in one of the garages.
Right.
And I asked
and of
Eric,
course, Mike asked, what was he packing?
I said, hey, if the guy was homeless, was he like sporting it like a Mercedes? Could he back up what he was doing? And Eric, as the good heterosexual Eric says, I wasn't looking down there, Mike.
Yeah.
Which brought me to the conversation of if you guys were sporting some serious trunkage down there, as meat, as Eric likes to say, would you be in porn? And
overwhelmingly, I said, yeah, sure, why not?
And Eric and I know what we're talking about, but Matt just hit us with this. I don't know, this thought out of the 1950s that I can't grab my head around. So set the stage here, Matt.
It's a philosophical question. You wouldn't know if you was hung or not until someone told you. Without knowing, without seeing other people, without seeing pictures and porn and stuff like that, you would not know. You would have a 2-inch dick and think, I got a fucking big dick. But until you see someone else, like, holy shit, no, I don't have a big dick. I got a tiny dick. Okay? You're not going to know that until you see someone else.
But that wasn't the
That's
question.
my biggest thing. I understand, but
So I still don't know where
you wouldn't know. You would
So-
not know unless someone told you. You know?
I don't think nobody
I
has
mean,
to tell.
I mean, I get what you're saying. If there was no internet, porn, caveman drawings, if there was just nothing out there, I guess. But I would think what I know now, I would know.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What you know is what you know. But if you didn't know, you would not know. You would think you was a fucking goddamn,
Say
got
that
fucking
again.
sausage links down there. But until someone tells you, you got no fucking idea if you got a big dick, small dick, or
Just
whatever.
like
And I
Mike
said,
said,
and I
you
said,
have underwear.
I would say, well, boy, then everybody's got an underwear problem because I'm fucking, busting seams over here and pant legs and fucking.
Oh no!
Oh no!
What if you bought underwear a size too large? Then what would you think?
But
Oh,
if I'm
shit.
still falling out of it and I can't get it together,
Well,
That ain't
underwear.
no-
Correct me if I'm wrong. Underwear is usually for your waist size, right?
yeah.
It's still somewhat snug in the front. They make maybe they make extra kinds with extra the Magnum pouch. Like it's got a built-in sleeve.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, if your waist is 42 inches or some bullshit like that,
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna buy underwear for
Matt
that
is throwing
size.
shade at everybody with a 42-inch waist. Let's just throw
Which
that out there.
is going to be little slack. There's going to be
I'll
some
wait
slack
for
down there.
Go ahead, Matt. I'm gonna accept that. Go ahead.
There's a little slack down there. Then that's going to be.
Not if I'm filling it up. If I got all this heat down there.
So, I tell you what,
Oh.
this is a whole other podcast here. This is a whole other.
Matt's like, hey, I got this big fucking oversized glass of beer, but if I didn't see another glass of beer, I wouldn't know that it was an oversized glass of beer. I would just think it's like everybody else's glass of beer.
They say, right? Yeah, I go to the bar. It's like that's a big fucking beer.
But how
But
do you
I wouldn't know
you
that. Exactly. I go to the goddamn bar in the street. They give me a bigger glass of beer. It's like, holy shit!
Eric,
It's
this
a
is how
bigger
we got.
glass of beer.
Eric, this is how we got a little house that's built on electricity. I never saw any other houses. I thought it was a big house. This is the first house I've seen. How would I know this wasn't a big house?
If you're not out there swinging it around in front of other people, you're not going to know if you got a big one or a small one. You're just going to think, man, this is fucking adequate. Works for me.
So, jeez. So it was a good day in fucking 1992 when you sprang that, and ever since then, that's big. And you were like, hey, you're married. Let's go. You said it was big. She had nothing else to compare it to. You had nothing else to compare it to, and that was it. You were on your way.
Right. Yeah.
This is how you're here 35 years later.
And somehow I got 2 kids.
Like, Matt is like, stay off the internet, Barb. I don't want you to say
Matt's got the blockers on all her entertainment down there, so she can just. I've never seen anybody else's. Matt's is the only one I've ever seen, so how do I know his is big or small? It's the only one.
Exactly.
It's me.
Hey,
When you
remember,
think about it, it's sound logic, Matt. If you don't
Yeah,
let her see any,
same.
if you don't let her see any other ones, and this is the only one she's seen, she's gonna think it's big.
Yeah. You don't
but
know what
remember,
Yeah,
They
we
call
go.
me
I'm Puddles.
Puddles.
Yeah, here we go.
they call me Puddles. Whatever makes them wet.
tell you what.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I feel like we need a. I feel like that's been a hell of an episode. Goodbye.
I think we need a cigarette. I think we all need a cigarette right now.
Exactly.
Look at chat is like slack-jawed right now. They don't know what to say. They got whiplash in chat.
Like
their keyboard's just melted in front of them.
I hope there's scouts in chat watching us right now. Just like, man, we gotta sign these guys. I'm at a loss. Lucky. No better words are spoken. I'm at a loss. I mean,
What? Fuck?
oh my
I
goodness.
have
Oh,
servers because I play with friends.
That's
There
right.
you go.
oh golly. Golly.
Oh, shit. No, only 1 minute. That's all we need. It's all
all I
we
need.
need. Yeah.
That's all I need.
So everybody had a good day. How about the week? How was your week? Anything eventful? Matt?
We're in baseball tournaments right now. It's tournament season. You can't plan anything because a fucking nights change and shit goes on all the different times and stuff. And what a mess. Storms this past Friday and Saturday, so all the games got canceled this week and they're being moved out to next week. And it's like, fuck, this is never going to goddamn end. Going back to work and shit. Just everything. Everything's going on. Everything's coming up, Helmer.
Let me ask
Not
you
in a good
something about work, man. I was listening to this podcast the other day. A couple of old seasoned gaming veterans were talking about working from home versus being in the office. Now, where do you sit on the side of the aisle of drive-by visits and impromptu meetings? What side of the coin are you pro or con to these?
What do you mean?
So someone just walks by your desk. Hey, I need to talk to you for a minute here.
Oh,
Drive-by.
you know what? That happened to me last week when I went in on Wednesday. I'm there early in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. It's 10 after 7. I'm sitting there eating my breakfast at my desk, and a fucking architect comes over. Matt, do you have a minute? I looked at him and said, does it look like I got a goddamn minute? I've got, I'm stuffing my face with goddamn breakfast and shit. I said, it's not even
I got X
start
hamster
time
on,
yet.
and I'm all frosted up with the fucking oatmeal.
Yeah. I was like, what do you want? Oh, just I was like, yeah, I don't know. I have to look at, dude. I don't know. Yeah, those piss me off.
Yeah. So these guys in the podcast were saying that work has been hard because they haven't been able to just drop by people's desks and say, hey, let's grab so and get this done and we'll knock it out in 5 minutes. And I just pop into his office whenever he's not in a meeting. I just pop in, check in, see how he's doing, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you sons of a bitches. Like when I was in the office, that shit was so frowned upon. Drive-bys. There would be like a weekly meeting. Respect the engineers. Respect so-and-so. If you need to get someone's attention, put it on the calendar. That's what the Google, calendar is, or the Outlook or whatever. Set up a meeting and schedule it. I was listening to these guys. It was like old white men complaining about people working from home. I was just like rolling my eyes going, you sons of bitches. Give people their lives. People showed during the pandemic they can work from home. So what? Your game comes out two months later than it should be. Big deal. Get over it.
It is nice at home here when I see the Teams thing come up. Someone call me. I can see who's calling. I was like, fuck this. I want to talk to them right now. Where I'm at work, I can't avoid them.
Yeah.
They just show up. They're there. I was like, God damn it. What do you want? Yeah. I'm doing something here.
I'm afraid to ask Eric if he has any drive-bys because he's going to say they're literal drive-bys.
I'm sitting here listening to you guys. I don't even understand that whole rationale of life because I've never been in that situation. I've always been a cop, right? So you can't do, be a cop from home, I mean, it doesn't work like that. So I'm always like, if my captain or something, captain's
my handcuffs in my billy club are real. What are you talking about? I've been a cop at home a long time.
My captain, my captain office cross the hallway. He'll say, Glover, get in here. I'm like, what's up? It's not that type of deal. I don't know.
I just picture where Eric works. It's like Fish. Remember that show, Fish? He was or I said more like Barney Miller. Fish was the spinoff.
Barney Miller.
Barney Miller was the main show.
Yeah.
It's not like that at all. When I'm working, I'm the only one in there. I'm in my office by myself. There's nobody else in there.
Just a lot of banging going on in there.
And we have about 20 offices in there, and I'm the only one in there. and nobody is right now. Nobody's here. Everybody's out doing what they
stuff.
do. Yeah, just me.
Speaking of Barney Miller, and right around that same era of sitcom television, the guy from WKRP died this week.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Herb.
He was
Herb Torbeck.
78, something like
that
that.
That was his TV name, Herb Torbeck. But what the fuck is his real name? But yeah, he died.
What was his role? Was he the newscaster, or was he the?
No, he was like the sales guy.
Sales guy.
He's like, yeah, he's like in sales, selling advertising.
Gotcha.
That's a big show up there from where you from, huh, Matt? That was like
oh yeah, absolutely.
It was like
Great
the Cheers. Show. It was like the Cheers of Cincinnati.
Yeah, it just didn't last as long.
That was a good show, though. Lonnie Anderson, right?
Yeah, yeah, but the other chick was hotter.
Oh yeah. Were they on at the same time? I can't remember the show. They were the other one was a secretary, right?
Yeah, she was like she's like an office assistant secretary person or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was way hotter than Lonnie Anderson.
Oh hell yeah. Lonnie was over the top. Not that I wouldn't, kick Lonnie out of bed for eating popcorn.
But Matt, you wouldn't know if that was the only woman you've ever seen. You wouldn't know if she was over the top.
I wouldn't know.
You would have thought she was just normal like any other woman. Until you can compare it to someone else, you wouldn't have known she was over the top.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. You're 100% correct. Just like this podcast. No one knows if this podcast is good or not unless they listen to other podcasts, which they shouldn't.
Speaking of which, I got a message from my buddy Tino, who passed away, from his son. His Father's Day. He wanted to know if there was any like past episodes of Gamers in Beta that he could listen to, because his dad was on the first couple episodes. Probably the first like 1 through 10. He might have been on like 5 or 6 of them. And unfortunately, I don't have any of those recordings. But I went to the Wayback Machine, Matt. You know, waybackmachine.com. You ever go there? You can type it in.
Yeah.
So I looked at the site to see if I could pull anything down. I couldn't pull anything down. But I did find Spotify still has the last 100 episodes up. If people are looking to go back and listen to that, they're still on Spotify. And I was looking at the old website, and you're speaking if, no one knows if this is a good podcast or not. And look at all the effort you get old, you forget like things. And I was looking at the website, and I was like, man, I put a lot of work into that thing and shit. I guess that's a difference between 250 people listening to that show and 5 people listening to this show. We put a lot more work into that than we did this. But I heard the intro. I forgot all about that. Gamers, geeks, and delinquents from the outer realm. Forgot all about that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I used to love that show, man.
I just remember.
Go ahead.
I remember the Gamers of Beta. You guys did that one episode. It was around Christmas time. You guys used to do the fake commercials and shit like that.
Yeah.
And there was the one where like Santa Claus. I think it was you playing Santa. I don't know if it was you playing Santa or Joe State.
I think it was Joe. Yeah.
Played Santa. And the kid came up, was like talking, hey, is Santa talking? And Joe's like, Santa's not real. Like, what? And the kid's like, what? What? It's just hilarious.
That was good.
It was hilarious. That was great.
I think Joe might have. Did Joe do both voices? Because that other one sounds like Joe when you were like, what?
Yeah.
Sounds like Joe. That might have been pre-recorded, right? If it was pre-recorded, he might have done both voices. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you recruited me for one of them where you guys did some type of support group for gamers or something like that. And I ended up being like the counselor guy and like, calm down, guys. Everyone's starting to fight and stuff. Like,
but if anyone wants to go back and listen to any of those, I did find them on Spotify. Unfortunately, most of these services, I think, only keep your most 100 recent episodes. So none of the, I couldn't find any of the old stuff for him, which is unfortunate because, like I said, Father's Day, I'm sure he wanted to hear his dad's voice and stuff. But who knew to keep these things? Who knew, storage on hard drives come at a premium these days, and these things are about 90 megabytes an episode. So those were the days. But
yep.
Yeah. I mean, 40cast still might be on Spotify too if you ever took the time to put this shit on Spotify.
I don't know if we did or not. I got no fucking idea. I got no goddamn idea.
No idea. All right. Anything, Eric? Oh, I know what I want to talk about. Eric, I see you. I was on Spotify. I was on YouTube. Saw your video.
Yeah.
What are you hawking this week on YouTube? There was some sort of giveaway as well. Because this is, after all, I apologize. Bad Fodder Figures, a subsidiary of Glovebox Gaming.
I gave away a because I got got an Oculus Quest 2, and I have a Oculus Quest carrying case, and so the company Solar, they sent me another one, and I was like, I don't need it, and I just gave it away.
Okay. But there was some other thing that you were doing, unless it was an old video, for the backlight. You were doing something. The Go V.
Oh yeah, I did that too. Yeah, that was a while ago though.
Oh, that was a while ago. Okay, it just popped up on my YouTube when I opened it up.
Well, that's good. I'm glad it's popping.
It's popping.
It means he's still relevant.
I did some streaming.
I saw that the other night. You were playing what? I think you were playing Ratchet and Clank, though, right?
Oh, bro, did I ever play it? And I finished it on the stream too. It was
hear a lot of people finishing this. I mean, it's a short game. How long is it?
I'd say it took me about between almost 10 hours, maybe.
That feels short for Ratchet and Clank, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it was. But I'm gonna say though, it was very satisfying. I'm gonna be straight up, and no spoilers, but there's gonna be another one.
Okay. Take your extra word. I still haven't fired it up yet. I've been so engrossed in the Mass Effect. So might as well just get into what we've been playing. So you did some streams for Ratchet and Clank, and you finished it. Very satisfied. 10 hours, huh? I'd be curious if you go, because I know PlayStation does a good job of tracking the hours on games now on the PS5. So maybe you report back to us with an official.
It was between 10 and 12, but had a really good time, really good experience. The story was great, and they introduced some new characters, so I can see some spinoffs from that. Man, let me tell you, man, it was a fantastic adventure. Had a good time.
People have been raving about it for sure.
Yeah,
well worth all the praise. I gave it a 10 out of 10. If there could be a 10 out of 10 game, that's a 10 out of 10.
I mean,
game of the year, you think?
What'd you say?
Game of the year, you think?
I don't know, depending on what's coming out.
And is it your game of the year right now as we stand on June 20th?
Yeah,
game of the year right now, but it's going to be definitely in the conversation for game of the year, I think.
I mean, if it's only 10 to 12 hours, shit, I might play it right after Mass Effect 2. Because 10, 12 hours I can beat in a few days, then pop over to Mass Effect 3.
Sure.
But we'll see.
I did. I beat it in 2 sittings on the stream. I did 2 different streams, and it was...
That feels short, which is a little disappointing for the fucking $80 I dropped on it.
I think you'll be satisfied with it, though.
Okay.
It was good. So, and that's all I played, really, because I just played that. I just kept hammering that.
You're hammering it like a raw piece of meat.
Like a raw piece of meat, hammered it.
Constantly.
Yeah, constantly. And it was fantastic.
I do it constantly, bro.
Constantly. If you can get into it, Mike, and play it, you'll enjoy it.
Okay. So that's it this week, huh?
Yeah, that's all I played. Of course, my Overwatch, but that's just Overwatch. But just that.
Okay.
So,
Matt, we haven't seen you online in a long time. What have you been up to over there? Besides baseball?
Besides baseball. But I did download and buy Red Dead Redemption 2 on the Xbox.
You bought it? What do you mean? Would you have it before?
On PS4.
Oh, it's not on Game Pass anymore, huh?
I don't know. I'm starting to think that it might have been on Game Pass because even though I bought it, every time I start up, it says Game Pass Daily Quest. Turning out, I was like, fuck, did I just pay $35 for something I didn't need to buy?
Well, I don't think it's on Game Pass anymore, but maybe they're still giving you the price because you're a Game Pass subscriber. I don't know.
Okay, maybe. I don't know, but it's like, holy shit, I paid $35 for the Ultimate Edition. Okay, which is, yeah, I mean, it with everything. But like I said, every time, every day when I turn on Game Pass, Daily Quest, I was like, wait a minute, did I just pay for something that I didn't need to buy? But Anyways, maybe I did. But I've been playing that on the Xbox here. Series X. Great. Going good. The game is changed a lot since what it was before because like your health and stuff is more prevalent than it was before. And it's it drains a lot faster than what I remember doing in the past. Okay. Stuff like that. And your horse kind of reacts a little bit differently, and it's a different experience actually now than what it was before. I think.
With all the post updates after we played it, because
Yeah,
we played the shit out of that right out of the gate.
hmm
And
Yeah.
I don't think I stuck around for any update. Like I think by the time I finished it, any sort of patches were done.
There's
It's
not a next gen update, is it?
I
no.
think there's one coming.
There's supposed to be one coming. Yeah, but it isn't right now, Eric. It's not optimized for the Series X or PS5. But there is a lot of updates that happen to the game where it's changed. Gameplay has changed a lot than what it was when it first came out. A little more involved than it was before. So, but
I know it's a polarizing game. You very rarely find anybody that sits in the middle and says, "Oh, it's okay. I liked it." It's a very polarizing. You see the people that loved it, or there's people that fucking hated that game.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great game.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I'm playing it again.
I absolutely love it. And when you play it, you feel obligated to go back and play the first one.
Oh, I mean, I've said before. I still say it, the first Red Dead Redemption is the best game out there.
When that first dropped, for sure.
Yeah, I mean that was the best game ever.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah, Pumpkin Kings. Yeah, Lawnmower Simulator. I want to try it. Lawnmower Simulator. I definitely want to try that. I do want to get that game. I think that would be a perfect game, right up my alley.
I've seen a lot of people play that Power Wash Simulator too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very nice, chilling, relaxing game. You know?
I guess. You know what game I'm gonna play this week coming? I'm gonna jump into it because they say it's a story to it. This whole Sea of Thieves thing comes out this week, right?
Yeah, we
Really?
talked about that last week where Matt said jump the shark with the whole Disney and
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
yeah,
Are you
to
really?
try it out too.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys, let me know if you guys are gonna get on. I'll get on. I'll jump on.
What day does it come out? Do we know?
I want to say the 26th or the 22nd. I'm not sure.
So is that Friday?
I think it's the 22nd though.
Friday, Saturday?
22nd is Tuesday.
Yeah, 22nd.
25th is a Friday. I know that. Sometime this week. I want to say
Yeah.
maybe 22nd.
Yeah.
Pumpkin King says there's a free demo on Steam. I assume he's talking about the Lawnmower Simulator.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's a free demo.
Now, what kind of lawnmowers are we talking about? Do they have all sorts of types, like just like walk behinds or zero turns or what?
No, there's a whole slew of them. They got lawn tractors. They got lawnmowers with zero turns and just there's a whole slew of them on there. And I guess you have to go and start up a business, and as you make money, you can buy them.
Oh no!
Do stuff in that.
I really don't see the fun in that.
Oh, I think it's going to be great.
Is that just a PC only thing, or is that coming to consoles too?
I imagine right now it's just PC only.
I don't even cut my own.
Yeah.
I don't even cut my own.
Who cut your grass, Eric?
I got this company that comes in cuts it.
Nice. See, he's got a company. I call it a landscaper, but he calls it a company, but it's the same fucking thing. My landscaper just comes and sprays some fucking shit on the grass and they're done. You know what I did this year? I got two tips for you guys. Two
tips. Two.
I got a tip later here if we get done enough soon.
I prepaid this year for the fertilization and shit, so I don't get the bill. Now, some people say, fuck that, get the bill, just pay it each time they come. But I feel better about prepaying it. It doesn't feel as annoying to me to prepay.
But, okay.
Okay. I feel like, they're out there and I've already paid for that. That's good. I'm not going to get a bill now. You know,
Once they don't show up.
So far, they've been good. They haven't, crossed that. I know that's what you're saying. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. They come like the first week of the month, so they're not due to come until the beginning of July. So, second tip I'm going to give you.
Number 2
is do your yard work on like a Thursday or Friday before the weekend. So you got to mow the lawn, preferably do it Thursday night. Okay, you're done with your work day. Do it on Thursday night. Friday, that you've made it through the whole week. You're exhausted. You don't want to do the lawn. You do it on a Thursday. You don't have to do any fucking goddamn yard work on the weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just bang it out on right after work. You suck it up that one day. You've already put a full day's worth of work in. You go outside. You do the rest of your yard work, and then the whole weekend you don't have any yard work to do.
That's a no-brainer.
That's.
My grass cutting day is always Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
And then I got the rest of the week, whatever, just sit and relax and enjoy my fruits of my labor.
Because you know what happens if you leave it to the weekend? This is what happens: is you can't cut the grass as soon as you get up in the morning because the grass has still got the morning dew on it, right?
Yes.
So you're waiting around all day for the grass to dry out, and it's just you're not really being productive. You're not giving yourself the full attention of whatever else you got to do because you're always in the back of your mind going, "I got to cut that goddamn fucking grass." So you do it on a Thursday.
You can't relax.
You can't. See this. Let's see. No, Pumpkin Kings. He does not let anybody else cut his grass because he's got high standards.
I do. I just going to type that in the chat. No, I have high standards of how my grass and my yard looks, and they can't do it. And be honest, I don't mind cutting the grass. I don't mind it.
I don't mind it with a zero turn.
Oh, absolutely not. I don't mind going out there and cutting grass and taking care of my. It's actually kind of a soothing thing for me. I'm out there, put my earphones in, and
I made a decision in my life. I'm not cutting any more grass for the rest of my life, so I'm not doing it.
Well, I am behind you when it comes to push. Like if I have to like a walk behind, because I still do the walk behind. I've probably talked about my technique before. I do the outer part of the property with my walk behind, the push mower, and also the zero turn can't fit in between my house and the generator. It's just the space isn't big enough, so I have to go over there with the lawnmower as well and clean up that whole area.
Much work.
I tell you, if I had to do that, if I had to do this whole property still, like pushing, walk behind with the fucking mower, no, it would not be hell on earth.
I wouldn't mind having a small 42-inch zero turn mower to do my yard.
I don't have a yard big enough for all that. My yard, the dude charged me $25 to cut my yard. I'm not.
That ain't bad at all,
That
Eric.
ain't bad at all. Jeez.
That ain't bad at all. Jesus Christ, that's cheap.
So
I just had to pay $200 down the Cape because went on down there and we let it grow. And the guy's like, I got to double cut this. My wife was down there and she's like, the grass is really bad. I was like, I don't know when I can go back there and mow it. So I found a company. And he's like, yeah, let me just take a drive by. Took pictures. He's like, that's a double cut. He's like, I got to cut that twice. So I had to pay him $200.
Did he do it? Did he cut it twice?
Oh yeah. He sent me pictures and videos and everything. And
okay.
If I wanted weekly would be $75. He said every other week would be $90. All right, do it every other week. I ain't gonna fucking be there.
Yeah, really.
I'm good with 25.
That's 20. That's cheap. That's good. That's a great price, Eric.
And Matt, you say it's not super big. It's big enough, but it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've got a pretty good
2
yard.
hours. It takes me 2 hours down the Cape to push it with the non self propelled. So I go rent a lawnmower down the Cape at like a True Value store. It's like $25 to rent the lawnmower. It takes me 2 hours to do it. The fucking thing. You got to push. I got to provide all the muscle doing that.
Mm-mm.
I can see the difference, Mike. You look like you've better from doing it. Yeah, I can see the difference.
Yeah. A lot of girth.
It takes me about an hour to do my
You wouldn't know, Matt, if you never saw muscles like
If
this.
I never saw,
you wouldn't know that they were big. But now,
I mean, Barb tells me that you're the man. So I don't know.
be the man if you want to be the man.
That's right.
Exactly.
Oh, what the hell are we talking about? We were talking about games and Lawnmower
What
Simulator.
are we talking about?
We were talking about someone's talking about you're talking about things you were playing and what you were looking forward to. Lawnmower Simulator.
I'll try it out.
Yeah, you were talking about Red Dead Redemption, and you said
Yeah.
you want to play Lawnmower Simulator. Anything else you've been playing? Watching? Doing?
We're going through what that new Conjuring movie came out. The Conjuring. I don't know what the hell it's called. The latest one.
I saw that. It was okay, but I think it dragged on a little too long.
Well, Barb and I have gone through and watching all the old ones to kind of catch ourselves up because they're all on HBO. So we're watching all those, and then we're going to watch the latest one. So I think we're 4 movies in.
They're all supposed to be true stories.
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
I don't believe any of that bullshit.
You watching any of that Loki at all?
I need to. I hear a lot about it. Have you watched it?
No, my wife and son are watching. There only 2 episodes in so far. Well, it comes out weekly, right? It's not the whole thing's up. So I think there's only only 2 episodes are out right now.
What are they saying about it?
But they like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch it. I've seen like little snippets here and there. That looks actually pretty good.
I don't know why I'm not watching it. I enjoyed the what was it, Falcon and Captain America thing before, or Winter Soldier. I don't know why.
Man,
I don't know why I'm not watching the Loki one.
You're lucky. My wife won't watch none of that.
No, what does she pop on? Housewives of this, that, and the other.
Nope, she don't like that either. I'm like, what is your problem?
What is she watching?
Christmas shows.
She's on. What's that channel?
She watched
Hallmark Channel.
Yeah.
She watched like Anatomy, which is I watched that too with her, and 90 Day Fiance and crap like that.
So it's something that's similar to Housewives stuff. I mean,
yeah, it's
different, just a different flavor of it, but it's similar.
It's like that bullshit that fucking Barb watches. She watches all this bullshit, all the goddamn midgets and little people and fucking Mama June and fucking Baby Daddy and all this bullshit. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Those idiots, those little people. Someone clip that.
Hilarious dude, bro. I'm trying to tell you. All that bullshit.
All that bullshit like those little people. I think he just said. I think that was the sentence.
That bullshit. Oh man.
Oh no.
Oh boy. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. Fuck.
What you been playing, Mike?
Yeah, what you been up to?
Same old shit. You know, I am I met with the Sherpa. I went to the mountain and I met with the Sherpa Chase. I met with Sherpa Chase, and he set me straight on what I needed to do in Mass Effect 2 a little bit. I guess the key thing I wasn't doing was upgrading the ship. And I guess that is a key thing to do before you go to the last part of the game. So I completed all the assignments that I want to do. I think there's maybe like 2 or 3. I probably won't do those ones, but all the main missions now are done. All the missions for all my crew are done. So the only thing left now is to do this last sort of thing. And I don't know how long that takes. I don't know if it's a quick mission or what, but I'm at the stage, so I got to create a save file now, so if something goes awry, I can go back and pick it up at a different spot. I have everybody loyal to me on my crew except Miranda. Sweet-ass, busty Miranda. Yeah, somehow I don't have her on my side anymore because I sided with Jack in one of those missions, and I've been trying to get my Paragon score up so I can maybe sway her back on my side, but I go to her office and she pretty much just sits there and like goes like this to me and doesn't do anything. I can't get any words out of her. So I don't know what's going to happen here. If I'm going to lose her at the end, we will find out soon enough. But yeah, I have everybody. There's still one person missing from my crew, and I guess Chase said I'll pick up that person here at the towards the end of the game. So.
Yeah, that's a way better Mass Effect, the first one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious to see how 3 plays out now because they're all snapshots of where we were in the gaming world at that time. Like the first game, there's no reloading your gun, right? Second game, all of a sudden now you gotta reload. And the first game you could heal a certain way. Second game you can heal by going into cover. You can see how all the different phases of gaming rolled out. So I'm curious to see what 3 is like in that aspect. And they can make these things run at 120 frames and look great on the television I got here and all that. But you can still tell you're playing something old. As I like to say, that bothers chases. They're very unathletic games,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this story is good so far. I'm disappointed that there was no, I didn't expect like cyberpunk jig street type, shit going on here. But I was disappointed that the the happy fun time with Liara was just very implied. It was like a hug, a kiss, and then boom, she's like leaving. There was nothing else. I felt like there was a little bit more in 1 compared to 2.
You didn't get to see any alien ass or anything like that.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. And all this talk, all this time, people are hyping up Mass Effect, talking about all the the sex and the romancing. I can't get with anybody except Liara. I'm trying that. Who's that? Who's my secretary or assistant? Is her name Kate or Kerry or something? I can't.
Yeah.
Get her. I can't get her to do anything.
You can get with that dude down in Mechanic Bay if you talk to him.
Dude.
You know that dude down there? He's in the Mechanic Bay.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
It's a dude down there.
Miranda, there was one point at time where I could get with Miranda for sure. But Chase told me if I did something with Miranda that my Liara, who's now the shadow broker who knows all, would know. And that could fuck some shit up. So I don't know if it was worth it to get with Miranda and fuck some shit up with Liara.
So you're saying Chase is a cock blocker?
Right. I mean, he scared me. He scared me a little bit. I could have had some fun time with Miranda for sure. But again, if they're not going to show anything, what does it matter?
You're trying to turn your Shepherd into Captain Kirk, bro. You can't do everybody.
But then I go back to Shadow Broker, and I try to talk to her, and she's got. It's like it's so happy to see you, and that's all you get. You get nothing else out of her. There's no other like dialogue or anything. Maybe that comes later in the game after I could do this next part of the game. But
it's like she forgot that you was,
Yeah, exactly.
Thrusting. You forgot.
I downloaded a bunch of demos for that Summer Game Fest. I got to get to them because I feel like they probably expire like any day now. The only one that I have dabbled in so far is Tunic. Everybody was raving about that. But that, much to my surprise, as cutesy as it was, is like a Souls game. So it's not very easy. But it's got a neat cutesy art style, but definitely on the difficult side of things. But I downloaded a whole bunch of them, and hopefully I can get to them so I get some impressions next week. I have a feeling though that they're gonna disappear off my hard drive any day because I think they make those things just a short time to build up hype, and then they pull them away. And other than that, I've been playing, I don't know why, but I'm playing some stupid game on my phone, the Match 3 game, one of those Simon Cat. Ever seen those Simon Cat games?
Yeah.
I'm playing Story Time on my phone. Don't ask me why.
Yeah, what's that about?
I don't know. All I know is I have like 50 million fucking stars that I could probably finish the story by now, but I'm just like, the story's really not grabbing me, so I'm just doing the Match 3 over and over again. All right, Lucky Phantasm, you have a good one. Take care. Let's see. Out this week, Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance. That's going to be on Game Pass. You might have to try that. Yeah. I think that is 1 to 4 players, right?
When does that come out?
I think Tuesday. I think that's the 22nd.
Yeah, I'm going to play that.
Yep. And then you picking up this one, Eric? Mario Golf Super Rush?
Yeah, I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to pick that up for the plane so I can play it on the airplane.
Oh, so you're going to Vegas next week, right?
Yeah.
Is that a
show enough
for Switch?
Yeah.
I might actually get that myself.
Yeah,
that comes out
the 25th. That comes out Friday.
Yeah,
I might actually get that myself because I mean, those type of games are just fun games to just pick up and play. Just like that golf game for the PS4. that came out a couple
Yeah.
years ago.
This has got some other
Everybody
modes.
golf, whatever.
This has got some other modes where you can beat people up on the golf course. Like if you run to, I think you like run to the next hole and you can like smack each other around as you run. It's got a couple
Yeah.
different modes. Speaking of which, did you watch any of that Nintendo Direct, Eric or Matt?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yep.
Did anything pique your interest besides the new Zelda?
Metroid.
Well, yeah, Metroid a little bit.
But even the new Zelda seemed like it was more DLC than was a new game. From what they showed so far.
And they keep showing this. I'm just not a. What's the fighting game? The Super Smash.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan.
That whole thing with the Tekken guy.
Yeah, and they just keep it going, man. I'm like, who?
No, I mean, the game is so popular among so many people. My kids play it, and I want to jump out a fucking window when they play it.
Dude, man, I'm just so tired of that. But I mean, I know, how like you say, everybody loves that game, but they're wearing it out. But just like you said, it's basically just the Zelda for me.
And they showed a little bit of they showed a little bit of the golf game. They showed the new Mario Rabbids game. That's
I'm not
a while away. And the Metroid Dread.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, but they're still working on Metroid 4, right?
Yeah, they said that at the beginning before they showed it, the Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
But this Dread game, hasn't been in development for 15 years, but the name has been around for 15 years, supposedly. People are saying, oh, this game has been 15 years in development. From what I've read, the name has been around that long, and they took inspiration from that game from that time back, but it's supposedly a brand new game. We'll see. I mean, as much as 2D platformers can be your fucking thing,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll get some traction. It'll get some traction.
People eat that up for sure.
Oh yeah.
There's just so many games on that system that don't appeal to me. That doesn't mean they're bad games. There's just so many of them. It's like people are really happy about this shit, but I give a rat's ass about it.
Mm-hmm.
Chase, we were talking about Super Smash Brothers that everybody loves, for sure. But no announcement on the Switch Pro.
No.
Surprised about that.
Well,
there's a lot of people talking about that.
I guess in the past, when they've announced new hardware, they haven't done it in like E3 type things. They have their own separate announcement from it, and they're like pre-orders live in 3 weeks or something like that. You know what I mean? So there'll probably be another event coming, maybe the end of summer or whatever, to announce that.
Yeah.
Do you think the Switch Pro day and date with the new Zelda, just like the Switch and Zelda?
Sure hope so, because that would be a great move if they did that.
Go to the well once again.
Yeah.
Switch Zelda combo.
Yeah.
See it.
All right, let's pause here for a minute. Let me clear my throat, and we'll be right back with the news. No news like Gary News.
Oh damn! You pulled out a
great space coaster.
Really? Okay, do you hear what he just said? Do you hear what he just said? Why don't you, for once in your life, just do the fucking news? All right, no. I'm gonna do the fucking news. No, here is the fucking news.
All right, like how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll or a Tootsie Pop? We now know how many months it takes to piss Sony off to get your game back on the PlayStation Store. So starting tomorrow, Cyberpunk 2077 returns to the PlayStation Store. A little over 6 months since it was pulled.
You think people are going to buy it?
I mean, they might put it on sale. Who knows? CD Projekt Red declined any further comment about it returning. PlayStation said users will continue to experience performance issues with the PS4 edition, while CD Projekt Red continues to improve stability across all platforms. Sony recommends playing the title on PS4 Pro or PS5 for the best experience. CD Projekt Red said they have frequently updated Sony on fixes for Cyberpunk 2077's bugs and performance issues since the game was pulled on December 17th. So, I maintain this is less about the performance of the game and more about CD Projekt Red pointing the finger back at Sony saying, you want refunds? Go back to the platform holder. And Sony going, no. You're not going to mess with our money. Go sit in the corner until we tell you your game can be back on the store. Because surely there has to be more broken games on the PlayStation Store than Cyberpunk.
There's all types of broken games on either system.
But Sony doesn't sound too confident in it, though. They're sitting there basically crapping on it. They're like, hey.
Well, I guess Xbox has the same type of warning when you buy the game that best to play it on, like the Series X or something, or I don't know if they say best to play, but they give you a warning like, hey, this is not going to run great on an Xbox One.
I think like Matt was talking about earlier. Now, because all these games that got announced and supposed to be coming out, they did CG trailers for everything. And just like Matt said, I think you said earlier, Matt, it's the Cyberpunk. It's because of Cyberpunk. Nobody wants to show anything. Nobody wants to do anything because they're scared it's going to be buggy or trash.
Yep. They want to wait. I mean, yeah. And do you guys think that this next gen update for Cyberpunk is actually going to happen? I don't think it's going to happen anymore.
It's a tough one. What do you want more? More content or an update?
I want the game to look good like it's supposed to be on this fucking Series X and PlayStation 5 like they said it was going to be.
Yeah, like we bought all these systems and all this stuff. Let's
see the shit.
But everybody's
show me the goods.
Afraid. Yeah, everybody's so afraid, to show, because you can basically ruin a whole game by bugs.
They still sold a lot of fucking copies of that game. As much as it's been a disaster as launching them, they made a lot of fucking money.
But how many refunds had they given out too?
I think we went over that, and it was negligible. We had a couple episodes back. We got into the details about that, and they actually said that sales went up on the Xbox because it was pulled on PlayStation. That actually at one point drove gave them a little bit of a spike.
But now going forward, all these other companies are gun shy, bro.
I think I'm starting to feel like we're looking at the next Anthem. This game is going to be abandoned, and
they just put out a patch this week.
I don't think we're.
That was one of my predictions going into E3, that I said they're going to just show you Witcher 4 and they're going to say, sorry, Cyberpunk's been a colossal failure. It wouldn't surprise me. They are one of the biggest employers, I think, in Poland. So they have a lot of people over there. So they have teams that can do both the new Witcher and work on Cyberpunk. I mean, it all depends on what their attitude, I think, is. Like, hey, do we want to turn this around because we're in this for the long haul? Like, we don't want it to tarnish The Witcher 4. Like, we want to get people's trust back, so therefore we're going to go ahead and do the best we can by this. So then when we fix the problem and it's in good standing, then when The Witcher 4 comes out, we're not going to get all this crap. That's how I would manage it, right?
I mean, it makes sense. It makes logical sense.
Yeah, let's finish what we started. Let's make the best we can out of a bad situation.
I don't think we're going to see the next gen update on this game. I think they're just going to put patches out along the way to fix some bugs here and there. But I think overall, I think the game's done. It's over. They're not going to do anything to improve the game.
I was reading a interesting theory the other day that people felt this game launched so poorly because the development got turned sideways once they could land Keanu Reeves. Like, they had a different game in mind for this V character. But once they got Johnny Silverhands and it was Keanu Reeves, it just threw the whole thing off its axis. Someone will do an expose at some point. Not that we've already gotten a lot of details along the way, but someone at some point will give us the juicy details of what happened, when, what exactly was the pivotal moment. Was it, the point where they had to go to the PS5 and Series X? Was that what broke the camel's back? Like them continuing to do all these different versions? Or was it some, Silverhands thing? When Xbox announced he was going to be in the game, was that like the moment that shit just fucking went upside down?
Yeah.
Eric, you haven't played much of this at all, right?
No, not at all, because I want it to be fixed. I think they need to go the No Man's Sky route and stick with it, and then all will be forgiven once you get your thing solid. I think everybody.
Yeah. Yep. No Man's Sky is a very good example of that. That game completely did a 360, and there are.
Because they was crapping all over it when it first came out. Everybody was so pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
But now all is forgiven.
Well, I hope they stick with it. I want to go back and play it. I really enjoyed that game. I put over 100 hours into it.
Yeah.
And
the only people that really played it and ran it through his paces. Really, I don't know anybody else who's done that.
Well, Chase did it. Chase played it all on PC, and he had he had less issues than me because he was playing the PC version. But pretty much just me and Chase.
Jay and Iron Hell. Iron Hell. I think he pretty much took that game through the paces too.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a really good game, and I'll see what happens. Once they put the next gen update out or any DLC, they continue to do patches, and whether those are minimal or making more problems, who knows? Let's see here. The next one. EA is planning a live announcement on July 22nd. They have some event lined up. And according to GamesBeat journalist Jeff Grubb, he says that they are working to release a game of an already established IP. I'm going to read you the quote. Eric or Matt, you tell me which game they're talking about. Grubb stated that EA's Motive Studio was working on an established IP revival. He goes on to say, I think you'll be happy. He teased, we're going to see it if we're not dead first. Any inclination? We're going to see it if we're not dead first.
An EA game.
An EA game, right.
What is Evil Dead?
How about Dead Space?
Oh, Dead Space. Holy shit. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Dead Space 4, right?
Yeah, because 3 was so-so. 3 was more of an action game, co-op action shooter. 1 and 2 are phenomenal games. It could be Dead Space 4. Again, he says, an established IP revival. I think you'll be happy. We're going to see it if we're not dead first.
That'd be a good look.
That would be. As long as they do it right and go back to the fucking more like the original 2 for sure. Those were great games. Phenomenal games.
Yeah.
Moving on. Matt, Microsoft says you, Mr. Helmer, are at the center of gaming. Okay?
I am.
Whether it's the Xbox Series X, the One X, play anywhere with the cloud gaming or mobile, game anytime, anywhere with anyone. Play on PC and your customized experience or next-gen performance at an affordable price with the One S or the Series S. Of course, Game Pass. They're working on some things, Matt. We're going to be talking about these right now. You, as the Xbox guy in the ecosystem with the only next-gen console, tell me how these bullet items impact you. They say they're working with global TV manufacturers to embed the Xbox experience directly into internet-connected televisions with no extra hardware required except a controller. Okay. They're exploring a new subscription offering for Game Pass so more players around the world can experience the games. They're working with telecommunication providers on purchasing models like Xbox All Access, which will allow consumers to buy both the console and Game Pass for a low monthly price rather than spending money up front. They're building their own streaming device for cloud gaming to reach gamers on any TV or monitor without the need for a console at all. Let's see. They go on to say that cloud gaming through Xbox Ultimate Game Pass will launch in Australia, Brazil, Mexico, and Japan. In a few weeks, cloud gaming on the browser will be open to all Ultimate members using Edge, Chrome, and Safari. Players will be able to click away from gaming on almost any device. They say they're in the final stages, Matt, the final stages of updating their Microsoft data centers around the world with their latest generation hardware, which is the Xbox Series X. This means gamers will see faster load times, improved frame rates, and experience Xbox Series X and S optimized games through the cloud. And then lastly, they say later this year we'll add cloud gaming directly into the Xbox app on PC and integrate it into our console experience. So what that means, they're going to put it on consoles, Matt. So how do you feel about this as a guy who spent the money for a Series X, okay? They say they're going to put the cloud on the console, which that means is that you didn't get the X. Let's say you didn't get the X. You have the 1X still. They're going to put the cloud on the 1X so you can now play exclusive Series X games that are on Game Pass through the cloud on your 1X. So let's say Flight Simulator, right? Do you feel swindled at all? Do you feel bad about your purchase because now they're going to have all these other ways that you can play? Or conversely, do you feel like you're getting more bang for your buck?
I can see it both ways. I can see, being right. When I spent all this money on the Series X, okay, so I want, content, I want performance for that. Okay, absolutely, I want that. But I think with the Series X, I think you're going to get a little bit of an edge compared to playing these games over, your browser or your TV or whatever like that. I think Xbox, Microsoft, they want Game Pass, to be a household name like Netflix and Hulu. That's what they're aiming for. That's why they went on all these TVs and all these devices. That they want to hit more people with gaming and get subscribed to this, okay, and just to play games no matter where you are, what you're doing. But
yeah, I think baking it into the television like an app or having like a dongle like the Amazon Fire Stick, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be huge for people that can't afford or don't want to have all those devices and just want to casually dip in and dip out. Maybe they're not the biggest audiophiles, visual people. They just, they don't care how they. Yeah. They just want to casually come in and play some games.
Yep.
I think it's going to be.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate.
You go.
Shouldn't you? I think Microsoft is talking out both sides of the necks, and here's why I say that: because on one hand, they want everybody to play anywhere, do all that stuff, and then on the next hand, we got the most powerful system on the planet. We can put this in. How you want it? If you want to be one way, and have a subscription service, be that. But don't sit here and make everybody spend $500 just to play something you can play on the Series X.
That's where I agree. I agree with you 100%, Eric.
Xbox X. You know what I'm saying?
They want to cater to both. Is what they're really after. They're trying to say, if you want to be the high end guy and have the great television and the speakers and all the clips, got to get the clips in my weekly clips talk. And you want the high end stuff, we're here for you. We got that. We even got the $500 headphones if you want to buy them.
But you're not catering to the high end people at all. You just put out a piece of expensive plastic, but you're doing nothing with it.
Well, that could be the argument, is right that and Xbox would say, well, what do you mean? We just announced all these games; they're coming. Just be patient a little bit longer, and they're coming out. They're releasing one new game, first party game for like every month for a while now, coming up on Game Pass. So,
and here's not to say that if you have a 4K TV or something like that they're not going to deliver these games in 4K high quality content, 5.1 Dolby Digital sound, all that stuff. I mean, Amazon does it, Disney does it. They're
right, and they're
giving
talking about putting
movies
the Series X is going to be the hardware that they're going to stream from.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, well, yeah.
I don't want to be too like I don't know what's the right word, siloed about things or protective. I'm not saying gaming is not for everybody. That's not what I'm trying to say. But when I think you lose something sometimes in your games when you try to make it like so like everybody like mom and like I don't know, you know what I mean? I hope they don't. I guess the easiest way to say is I hope they don't stray away from the hardcore stuff, right? Fine, you want to put it on televisions and blah blah blah, but don't let that take away from like the games. Like don't dumb down my games. I'm not sure if that's an irrational fear or not. Just by making them accessible everywhere to like, are they going to?
No, I think it's very valid. I mean, because it's happening now with Sony and Xbox and developers trying to make these games work on all these different systems. Ratchet and Clank is a perfect example of it's straight up PS5. You want to play this game, you gotta fucking get a PS5. You gotta play it on here, which I think, I've said it many times. You guys know, cut bait and move on. Okay, and this is what you need to. This is what you need to do, and
like.
And I think even streaming, I think you could probably provide the content, high quality content, even streaming. But if you don't have the method or the ways to get it high quality, well, then that's on you. That's not on them. That's on me, the consumer.
Like I know Flight Simulator is supposed to only run at 30 frames per second, even on the Series X. What is that going to look like streamed?
Well, I guess it depends on your internet and your hardware that you're using. I mean, is that on Xbox or is it on you?
Yeah. Well, that I don't know. Like if let's just say let's say I had if I had the 1X and I'm streaming Flight Simulator because I didn't get a Series X, that's on me, right?
Absolutely.
But if I have a screaming television like I do here in front of me, the LG CX, and I've dropped fucking $1,500 on it, 3 times as much as the fucking Series X, but I'm doing the cloud and I pay gigabyte internet. Am I going to get the same experience as I would directly on the hardware?
You should. You should. But I mean, simulator, flight simulator, it brings the most powerful computers to us.
Right. So I don't know
why
they're I don't know why
powerful game.
I don't know why they keep going to that game to talk about all the cloud stuff when it might be the game that performs the worst on the cloud. Maybe they know something that I don't. I guess my overall point is, I think what you said is the different variant, like Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is not the game it could be because they had to make it for all these different versions. They had to make the last gen and the current gen and PC. And is that going to affect some of these other games or not? Because no, it's just going to run on the Series X, and then it's really it depends on what you got at the other end.
That's what you got to do.
Or is the other argument, well, maybe the type of games they make will change because they want them to be more appealing to people that would just do like a subscription service. I don't know. The proof is going to be a while out. Like what do some other games look like? But I just have this back in my head fear of like,
it's just funny. Us as gamers, we, every time a new console comes out, we always say, well, we still want to play the old games. We still want to do this. We still want to do that. And so they give that to us, and then we're hampered by our own needs because you still want to play the old games. When Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and whatever the other one came out, there was, cut dry. You can't play games on the other systems. You upgraded, and you got to play new games. Okay, So
I think the difference there, I think, is that was a time where you didn't have so many generations of shit sitting in Rubbermaid tubs, right? Because there was only so many. There was only so many systems that were out this time, right? Now you feel like shit. I've spent when you're at the series we're at now, of the console generation. If I accumulate that and go all the way back, I've spent some serious fucking money on games and systems over time. That why is the consoles treated differently than the PC? Like I can upgrade my PC, but I still get all those games I bought on Steam.
yeah,
And
I
here
hear
I am
that.
on Xbox now. They're 8th generation of consoles that we're on, and I can't play everything because we don't believe in generations, and things just sit in tubs, and I got to bust them out to play them. So I see both sides. Like we get hamstrung in the technology development end, but then the other end is, and like I said, we could do a whole episode of the closet behind me. That is like at some nights I'm gonna open up like my bedroom door, and these like Rubbermaid tubs are gonna be like just like crawling up the stairs, and there's just gonna be cords all over me and systems, everywhere.
And you know what? I can make the same argument as to, why did I buy a Series X when I can just play all the shit on my fucking Xbox still?
But
why buy a PS5? Why buy a Series X if you can just play the shit now and not have any difference?
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because at the end of the day, it's not about your PS5 or your PS this or Xbox. It's about the money, and they're going, well, we're not gonna turn our backs on the 40 million motherfuckers we already got a PS4 to. So let's do something to satisfy them. That's why they're not cutting bait.
Yeah, that's why the money talked there, and someone said to Sony, hey, wake up, you got 110 or 114 million people that own a PS4. We just can't walk away.
Right.
Well,
hell, you can't. You just fucking say, guys, fucking buy a PS5 if you want to play these fucking games.
But if you was a stockholder in that, they'd be like, no, man, let's make our money. Damn the game. Let's make our money.
You are making money. People are buying PS5s. People are buying Series X's.
But you got 140 million PS4s out there.
Fuck them. They're going to buy a new series.
Fuck them. Now, Matt, you wouldn't know that was a PS4 if you've never saw a PS4 before. You might thought that was something else. Matt, is the weather, as we'd say here, the weather, Matt, is it getting warm? Has it been warm in Ohio and Cincinnati?
Humid, sweaty balls, Mike. Sweaty balls.
That only means
Swamp ass.
That only means one thing is coming.
Winter?
Thing. Football.
Ooh.
Madden 22.
Yes.
We got Brady and we got Mahomes on the cover.
That's an awesome picture.
MVP edition.
The Bengals was showing off on their Twitter feed and Facebook feed the other day. Burrow with the new jersey, the new Bengal jersey and everything like that. And Burrow and that, and said, yeah, the new swag's already in the next Madden game.
Nice.
So, yeah.
All new features in franchise include staff management, enhanced scenario engine, and weekly strategy.
Roster update.
Roster.
I'll be buying it.
I'm looking at some of the images here. Go ahead, Eric.
All that you said is another word for roster update.
Optimized for Series X and S, as we can see here on the screen. Ultra 4K, HDR, 120 frames per second. They make that console look very sexy in that picture, huh? I look at mine over there and go, that doesn't look as good as that.
Yeah, I say mine doesn't look that sexy.
Right?
I'm saying out of the show, I was like, it doesn't look like that.
Dynamic Game Day in Madden NFL 22 impacts gameplay across every mode. The Madden experience will evolve throughout the season based both on gameplay and next-gen stats captured from real NFL games.
So does that mean, like, I can no longer, if my Bengals suck, that they're actually going to suck, and no matter what I do, they're going to suck in fucking
it says
Madden too?
Next-gen stats, star-driven AI fuses with game day atmosphere to deliver the smartest gameplay experience ever, all powered by real-life data built to emulate player and team tendencies. There must be different modes, Maybe like you can do like a game day mode or something, or just regular.
Yeah.
Look at that
Yeah.
flag.
Look at that flag.
You need to stand up and just give that thing a salute, sir. We'll just pretend you did that because I don't have you on camera.
Okay.
Look at that flag. Just look at it.
Just look at it. Would you look
Oh,
at
where
that?
is he? I'd like to look at him.
Went over and
Oh, look at the Brady there. Look at the Brady picture now.
Oh God.
Oh, look on the end of his helmet. It says "End Racism." There you go.
Where's Burrow? Where's Burrow at?
I know. I keep scrolling to hopefully they would show it, but no such
Yeah,
luck.
I mean, the Bengals made a big deal of it, so I thought for sure it would have been in here, but I guess not.
Let's play.
Throw Fitzpatrick up there. Let's go.
Is he the starting quarterback for the Washington football team?
We're thinking so, bro.
I don't even know who Pitts is. Who the hell's Pitts for the Falcons? Never even heard of him. And I know shit.
I don't know. That's a.
I don't know. I don't know who the fuck Pitts is.
And I know shit.
I'll be buying it. I'll be buying it.
So that's what I think that's the reason, Matt, that I wanted to get back to talking about this, because you made a very, very, very bold statement on the last show. I don't know if you went back and listened to yourself. You made a very bold statement about this is why I don't buy the new Call of Duty anymore. You know, it's the same old shit, blah blah blah. But you know, it's the same does not. This is different because they got the new uniforms. They got my guy. They got my guy in the game. They got my guy.
I can't get it. I can't get it.
Gotta get my guy. Oh God.
It's a different situation.
It's an excuse to buy new swag.
Absolutely. Yeah. I can't wait to start wearing that new fucking Bengals jersey next year. I'm looking forward to it.
You're optimistic? Always optimistic, but what do you got them? 8-8, 10-6. What do you got? Playoff appearance? If they start off rocky, let's say they start off like 2-4, they fire the head coach?
No. Fuck no. Goddamn. Fucking Marvin Lewis was with us for fucking 80 years. There ain't no fucking way they're going to get rid of Zach Taylor that fast. I got in trouble from the Bengals and on Twitter and that the other day because they kept talking about Joe Burrow out throwing, practice and stuff like that. I said, that's great. I replied back, I said, that's great. Joe didn't hurt his arm. He hurt his knee. How's his knee and how's his scrambling doing? Fucking got deleted.
You got deleted? Or
it got deleted.
The post did.
Yeah. It's like, that's great. His arm, we all know his arm's great, but his arm didn't get hurt. His knee did.
Social media couldn't take that? They just deleted the whole goddamn post?
Fucking deleted it.
Taking
it was
our
gone.
toys and going home?
Yeah, I guess.
Some social media person was like, fuck this.
Yeah, it's like fucking Matt's talking. We got fucking watch this shit.
I thought you would have said to them, that's great and all, but did you get any linemen to protect them?
Well, that too. That's a whole other. There's other people talking.
Matt loves good lineman talk.
There's other people talking. I didn't even have to bring that up. Other people are fucking talking about that. But I just brought up the fact that we all know his fucking arm's great. Probably a bunch of other people. Brought up shit about linemen and all that shit. But I don't know.
So you got a soft chubby so far from Madden 22. Still a while. I think it's coming out a little bit later than usual. Or maybe. What was that, Eric?
It usually comes out in August, right?
Right. Yeah. Or maybe by now we would have known. By now we would have seen a little bit more than this first reveal. I think everything is a little delayed. But so you're just a half-mast right now.
Oh, it's definitely a buy for me. I'll be buying it. I'm a sucker.
Now, Eric, I know that you are posting on your own Discord channel this thing, but let's go over here. Maybe we'll design a controller live because the lab is back, Matt.
Yeah, I just bought that one. I posted. I just picked that up. It's shipping now, bro.
So the design lab is back. So let's see if
pretty
we
cool.
Can create one here. We'll do it live. We will create one. And now you did your colors are very similar to Bad Fodder Figures.
Yeah.
We'll start with the black. Now, what'd you say? Yours was what? Yours was maybe we'll go with red. We'll just do something different than you. So it's
mine was red.
Was yours red, or was the body of it black?
The back was black, well, gray, dark gray, and the main part of it was red. Yeah.
Okay, the main part of it was red. All right, so we'll do the opposite.
Yeah.
We will go black, and then the back will be red. I mean, that already looks hot right there, right? That looks just that picture alone.
Yeah, I can't see it, but
it's spicy. Now the bumpers. What do we want to do for the bumpers? Make that make that red too. Triggers. I like the white triggers. So keep them white. D-pad. We want to go with the red D-pad. I think we want to go with the white D-pad. And I think for the thumbsticks, we want to go red. Right?
You know what I would do? Make the whole thing Cheeto orange. That way, when you're eating Cheetos or Doritos, it's not going to matter.
We can do that in a minute, sir. Right now, we're doing a bad fodder figures one.
I see this one. This is awesome. Yeah, you put text down there, too.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of that?
Oh.
That's the back.
Wow. Oh, I like that.
No. But you said you want to do a Cheetos one.
All orange. That way, when you're eating Cheetos and Doritos, it's not going to get all.
Here we go. Everything orange for Matt. Working through here.
To be honest with you, I'm actually do this here and put my bad fodder figures or TVS Mr. Matt on one.
Yeah,
this would be a good Father's Day gift.
I did mine. $80, $79.99.
If you put engraving, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do everything else. You can't do the buttons orange, but that's as orange as you can get it. I mean, that's
you can't do the buttons. You can't do the buttons orange.
No. You got that color, this color.
Got the rainbow.
Oh. Well, okay. All right.
Let's do that.
That's good.
So, and then you want to put some inscription down here.
First to be last.
Cheeto King.
Cheeto King.
There you go.
Chester Cheetah.
July 19th, Matt. For $80 plus free shipping, I think they got on these. Free shipping.
Yep. I'm going to have to go through tomorrow, and I'll probably have to make me a controller.
Nice.
I'll probably do that.
All right, so that's all the news I had for this week, gentlemen. We do have a voicemail. Chase, I know you're in chat, but you're going to have to hear your voice. So Chase,
that's awkward.
What?
It's hard. So that's awkward.
Oh,
that's awkward.
So let's hear what Chase had to say. Before I do that, Matt, if you can remember, give out the voicemail number while I look for this hot take.
Yeah, where is it? 508-659-BFFS 508-659-2337. That's for all you folks out there that want to call in, leave us a sexy voicemail, hear yourself on air, look at us, make faces while you're talking.
And if you didn't leave a voicemail, you wouldn't know how to leave a voicemail unless you heard
a voicemail. Unless you heard a voicemail. You wouldn't know if you did it right or wrong until we told you did it right or wrong.
What's up, guys? Crucial Chase here. Yeah, last episode, E3 and all that stuff. I just have... It's really the glove box, really. I mean... Damn. Excuse me. But
just take a hit there or what?
A bong.
But anyway, Yeah, I mean, you guys know me. I'm like so middle of the road. Like, I mean, I was mostly Xbox during 360, mostly PlayStation during PS4 and PS2. I mean, I guess you can say that I'm mostly PlayStation. It's only it was mostly just the 360 era that I was Xbox, and now it's mostly PC. But anyway, so I'm kind of all over the place, right? But like the Xbox presser, I thought was fine. I thought was completely. But the thing is about E3 this year is last year we had a pandemic, right? And we would think we didn't see the results of that because most of the games that were coming out were already like done or mostly done by that time. So we got most of the games that came out, and some of them came out and didn't need to come out at that time, you know. And so, but this year is, I think, where we're seeing the results of last year. So PlayStation don't have anything really to go home about coming out this year either, other than shit that's already been done that came out earlier in the year. So I don't know. I mean, other than your third party stuff, you know, your Call of Duties, the Guardians of the Galaxy and Battlefield and stuff, that's really going to hold you over. I mean, I don't think you're going to see much exclusivity or like jaw dropping things until next year for anybody. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it was Xbox fault, and I think they're actually showing shit that looks interesting. You know, even if it wasn't completely gameplay, it was ideas that look interesting. It wasn't just, oh, here's Halo and Gears and Forza. You know, it was
Halo. It was
20-somethings
Forza and
fighting
something
vampires.
else.
I mean, that's pretty fucking unique. I've never had a game where you're just a 20-something fighting vampires. I mean, you know, seems cool. And that Replace game, I saw that like a few years ago. I couldn't remember the name of it, but I remember it looking really cool. And that was around the time the Xbox really wasn't putting out much anything. So yeah, I'm pretty hard on Xbox most of the time, but this is not the time to be hard on Xbox because I think they fucking had a good showing. And a lot of that shit's on Game Pass, and it looks pretty fucking good. At least.
Nope. Ran out of time, Chase. At least rebuttal, Eric.
He's probably still talking.
I would agree with him, but I'm gonna say this though: the stuff that they showed is coming out at the end of next year and in 23. Now, Sony's, we're still going to figure out what they're going to do because they're going to do a presser on the 28th or something like that of July.
July 8th. Yep.
My bad, July 8th. So I don't know what they got coming out. We don't know, right? So and if they don't show anything too, I'm going to say it then too. My thing is, we bought all these systems and we spent all this money. Just like Matt says, cut bait. Let's do something with it. Let's just not sit there and accept that we're going to wait till the end of next year and 2023 to be playing stuff. Now, you say Sony hasn't put out anything. They put out something every they just been out. PlayStation 5 been out for what, 6 months? 7 months, something like that. And there's at least 7 titles that'll do. You got the Sackboys, you got the Miles Morales, you got all these things that's dribbled out. And the only one, again, that's for PlayStation 5 is Ratchet and Clank. But they're showing something. I'm not saying that Returnal, right. I'm not saying that Microsoft is just the worst thing ever. I'm not saying that. But just like I said earlier, they're talking out both sides of the neck. 1 minute they want to have the most powerful system, and the next minute they want you to play on everything in TVs. Concentrate on something, man. You know, show these people that spent money on you, you know, that you do something. They're saying next year and the year after. I mean, that's cool, but to me, that's not enough. Just my opinion, you know.
You know how you hear some people say, well, the Sony games just don't speak to me, or I don't like their controller. I think I've come to the point now where I'm comfortable saying Xbox had a good E3 showing. They showed us lots of games, but overall their games don't speak to me. I think that's where I'm fairly comfortable, and that doesn't mean Bethesda games because I just think of that as an add-on. I don't really consider those like. I know technically they are their first-party games, but they have a large history as just being Bethesda. But by and large, if it's not, Halo or Gears, their other stuff really doesn't speak to me. So I'll play them though. They're going to be on Game Pass. No harm, no foul.
Yeah. Like me, I'm excited about the Ascent. I'm way excited about that. Can't wait to play.
But
Can't wait to.
that's not a first part. Is that first party or console exclusive? I think that's also on PC. I think that's also coming to like Epic.
But that looks good to me. I want to play that.
Yeah.
But the thing I'm saying is everything on Game Pass. I heard this on the podcast. They said everything on Game Pass is good to great. Right? We can all agree on that. But when Sony puts something out, and I'm not just being a Sony fanboy at all. It's kind of epic. Kind of the most of the stuff that they put out.
By and large, yeah, they don't dabble in too much filler. They let their third parties or other companies do the other stuff, right? They're big stuff. They're big stuff that they do.
And we can all agree. We don't even have to think if God of War is going to be good, right? We automatically know that.
Matt's not buying it though.
Matt is buying it because Matt knows MLB The Show is going to be great every year, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's on PlayStation or the Microsoft now, he knows that. That's just something he knows. He doesn't question that.
He doesn't need to see it. He already knows. This is the one issue where he doesn't need to see the game. He knows he's got it.
He knows.
Yeah.
He just knows.
I already knew Ratchet and Clank was going to be a 10 out of 10 for me before they even showed it to me. I already knew because of the pedigree, man.
Another realization I've come to is just I am getting old, and a lot of the games that I'm no longer the barometer of what's a good game and what's a bad game. I still have my taste, my interest, and things of that, but I am maybe not the prototypical gamer anymore. That the younger generation is coming in, and they prefer different games, more social games than maybe I would prefer. So I am slowly coming to that as I talk about these studios and publishers and consoles. That maybe I've aged out of the target audience in some of this stuff.
Target audience, right? You're not the demographic for it, right?
Yeah.
You know?
So as I look at some of these things, go, wow, that doesn't. Maybe in my mind it wasn't a good showing, but to a lot of other people it was because some of those games speak to them because that's more in tune with their gaming taste than myself.
And don't get me wrong, if Sony if they make a bad move, I'll say it. I'll say that's jacked up.
Matt, Father's Day, are you going to grace us with a terrible topic on Father's Day? Do you have one in the holster?
For Father's Day, we got one ready to go. We got a few.
Might be women of the night walking around, broadcasting out their anuses. I'm like 70s Harry.
Oh, nice.
Oh, look at that. Burn it up. I'm right down in the fucking bed. Adult toys, sex crime or sexual assault, vaginas. Jesus fucking Christ.
All right, who's got the GPS on the rub and tug?
Little clarification. I'm not 70s Harry right now.
Oh. Burn it up.
Vaginas.
Friction.
Women of the night. All right, gentlemen. We have lots to choose from. We have wedding, thief, coconuts, bedtime, bodybuilder, ESPN, wedding, thief, coconuts, bedtime, bodybuilder, ESPN.
Eric, I heard coconuts and my interest got piqued, but then I heard bedtime and I was like, what are you thinking, Eric?
I heard coconuts too, and it sparked my.
Yeah, we're going to coconuts.
Coconuts? Coconuts.
Yeah.
All right, let's open this up here.
First of all, do you like coconuts as a whole?
Yeah.
Is that a flavor you like? Coconut.
I do like coconut. Yeah, I do like coconut. Like coconut ice cream, coconut on shavings, coconut itself.
Coconut milk.
I've had coconut milk. It's good. Yeah. You like coconut, Eric?
I do. Good to go.
All right, gentlemen. Pay attention here.
Okay.
Okay, this is a good one.
All right.
Spelling coconut with your hips during cowgirl sex is actually genius. All right. Raise your hand if you feel like being on top during sex can be a little awkward. This is more for the women out there. What should I do with my hips? Where should I look? What the F do I do with my hands? Can he tell if I ate 5 slices of pizza today? It says here, most women's hands are currently raised. Getting in the right mindset to make sure you achieve your orgasm can often be the hardest part of mastering cowgirl or on the top sex position. But thanks to the great platform of Twitter, we may have discovered the best writing tip of all time. If you've been on Twitter at all in the past few days, now this is an older thing. This is from Cosmopolitan, by this is old 40
This is, yeah, I could tell.
Yeah. It says, you've seen the women across the country, the world, the universe has discovered the ultimate trick. Yes, they're spelling out the word coconut with their hips when they're on top during sex to make it feel amazing for all involved. I don't know if you guys have noticed this with your wives at all.
Are they doing like a which way would you spell the O? Would you go
So,
backwards
like,
or
C
would you go like this with the O? Or would you go like that with the O?
C
Oh no.
N
The visuals, Eric. I don't need these
U.
visuals.
Yeah.
I don't need the
That looks
visuals.
like he's done that once or twice.
It's like tongue is hanging out or something. I don't know what that.
Wow, you may think that's just some funny Twitter joke that's eventually going to be replaced by some other viral tweet in a few days. This tip's actually extremely beneficial. For starters, coconut is pretty easy to remember and spell, but using your hips, like I just demonstrated, to spell out the word when you're on top requires a certain pattern of movement, which I just showed you guys. That feels super good. The more motion you work into on-top intercourse, the more complexity you stimulate for yourself and your partner. Another perk, having a word to spell might take your attention away from less sexy feelings like, I'm not sure what to do, or I feel exposed and nervous. Working those hips towards a goal gives you something to think about so it doesn't fixate any worries or in-the-moment stressors.
That's what Matt, when he walks out of the shower, he puts a towel on because he goes, otherwise I feel exposed and nervous.
What? Well,
Bob, look away. I feel exposed and nervous.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know why God, this has been here for a while, so I'm not sure why I did it, but yeah. So next time, guys, when your wife's on top, pay attention, see if they're, C O U.
You try to spell it at the same time.
Well, who knows what happened then? I mean, who knows what's going to happen then if you do that?
I might just fuck it. Let's just go Mississippi.
My wife's too busy talking to God when she's on top.
Talking to what God?
He's talking, oh God, oh God. So much pressure. So much pressure.
There's so much pressure. There's so much pressure.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's a hell of a story, Matt. Something
I tell you what, man.
Something I'll have to file away.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass that on. See how that works out.
Well, I'm not even gonna say anything. Next time, I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna watch and go. Shit.
Are you spelling coconut?
Oh, somebody's going to coconut. Coconuts. Matt said coconuts, and it's gonna be over because your wives are like, "What the fuck? I'm having sex," and you bring up Matt.
Why did you just fucking spell out? Wish this was bigger. When is this going to end?
I'm faking it.
Yeah, I'm miserable.
If you spelled out, hurry up.
I gotta work in the morning.
I gotta wake up sometime.
Did he spell out? Did he fall asleep? Oh fuck!
Oh God!
My wife spelled out.
Well, let's wrap this up. What else? questions, comments, or complaints, Eric?
Nah, bro. Everything's all good, man.
Everything's all
Shout
good.
Shout out to EJ, man. We'll go see EJ next week.
Nice.
And
All right.
for the new LG TV, congrats to
Oh,
him.
Nice.
He got a 75-inch.
Oh, big
something.
bucks.
Yeah. So he's happy. That was the first time he really played games in that crazy definition. So he's happy.
So this is the first time you're going to see your granddaughter, right?
Yep.
That's exciting.
Yes, that's great.
See that little mashed potato. I can't wait.
Yep. Spoil her.
Absolutely.
Nice. Great. So we'll miss you next week. I assume you'll be busy. Or when do you leave? You leave on the 29th?
No, I leave here on Saturday.
Saturday. Okay. So it'll just be the Matt and Mike show next week.
We might jump in a second. Depends how drunk we are.
Crown. Sitting around, sipping Crown.
Right.
Okay. Well, you're certainly welcome to pop in.
Yeah.
I assume if we forecast ahead while we have your attention, Eric, that we will be recording next week, but probably off the 4th. We would assume the 4th is a Sunday this year.
Yeah.
I won't be around.
So I assume we will do a show next week, but then be off the 4th. Matt will be lighting fireworks. You know, he's got a barge out there on the ocean in Ohio.
Oh, I thought it was in the cul-de-sac. Oh, the cul-de-sac.
That too.
Yeah.
That too. Both. Both.
All right, Matt, your turn, sir.
Thanks, everyone. We had a great crowd in chat tonight. Thank you, everybody that came in chat tonight. Really appreciate the interactions and everything going on. Mike, Eric, happy Father's Day, guys. You know, if it wasn't for us, there wouldn't be fathers. So, you know, good on us. And shout out to all the mothers and MILFs out there that us fathers get to have a good time with.
Wow.
Wow. I don't know how you follow up that, but let's give a shout out to Barb. I just saw her post on Facebook. Of course, her first Father's Day without her dad, so I'm sure that's a difficult day.
Yeah.
And everybody else. So let's give a shout out to Barb and whatchamacallit, who's listening, right? Barb's mom, Carol.
Yeah. Barb's mom. Whatchamacallit.
Carol. It took me a while to get there. I'm old. Hi,
Carol.
I'm sorry. So give a shout out to them. Everybody in chat, thanks for coming out. I think if we rewind the clock, we had a good strong start. We started talking about cocks, and then we lost a lot of people. You wonder how these things happen, but that's how
you
it
never
goes.
know what you're gonna get when you roll in this show.
Let's give a shout out to Barb again for that shirt. Look at that shirt, man. Look at that's a fabulous shirt.
Look at that. Look at this. I mean, this.
And she saw that in the rack, and she said that was a no-brainer to get that.
Absolutely. This is right up my alley.
Yeah.
And look at you with your shirt tonight.
Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't feel like taking I went to my mother's house today. We had some, dessert, snacks and whatever. So I didn't feel like taking it off,
I mean, that's like your Sunday best right there.
This is as good as it gets. It doesn't get any better than this. Yeah. About it. Not having to go in for work for 6+ years, just working from home. You don't have the good clothes. You don't have the good clothes anymore. So
yeah.
Well, I hope everybody had a great Father's Day. I hope you have a good upcoming week of work. Everybody it feels like I've been forecasting that it's been the end of June for a while, but it's only June 20th. I don't know why I think the 4th is coming up quicker than it is, but everybody hang in there next couple weeks or so. We'll have the long weekend pretty soon. Everybody off on the 5th, observed holiday. I know that's my next day off. I actually might be taking off July 1st. I might be off July 1st to the 5th.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to have actually be off that whole week, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
I wish I was normal. I'm not.
Well, you're going to be in Vegas. So what are you talking about?
Yeah. 11 life. Might hit the big one.
You get the big one not coming back. We had this discussion before.
Nope.
You got to finish it up, Eric. You got to finish what you started. You got to get that what is it? The pension fully vested.
Nah, forget that. Okay. I give it to you. You can have it.
You can't let that money go. waste. You can't let that money go to waste.
Okay,
No.
whatever.
You can't let that money go to waste.
All right, this has been 167. Thanks to everybody, and thanks to everybody else during the week who downloads and listens. We appreciate it. Take care.
Podcast gold here.
Good night.